We are streaming now. The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the authors. Any content provided by our bloggers or authors are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, municipality, individual, or anyone or anything.
He's a surgeon. He's a 100-ton boat captain. He's a lieutenant on Seaside Heights Beach Patrol in New Jersey. He's a member of the Coast Guard Auxiliary. He's Dr. Michael Kachmar. Need answers to your medical questions? We have them. Listen in to hear latest on medical topics related to all that and more.
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Michael Kachmar. Good morning. This is September 21st, the year of our Lord, 2024. And I'm Dr. Michael Kachmar. And I am a board-certified reconstructive foot and ankle surgeon. I'm on staff at multiple hospitals. I've been in practice for 30 years, and we've been doing this show for about, 6-7 years now. It's political, medical. We're pretty much where the political, medical mix comes into it, especially after Corona. We really got into politics a little bit more. We have my sidekick here, Jeremy. Jeremy, you want to say hello?
How you doing, everybody?
And Jeremy's here.
It's a beautiful day for this show, huh?
Yeah. So anyway, Jeremy is upset. We just want to start this whole thing with just a generalized, what went on this week. Some of the things that are in politics that I just want to throw out real quick that really, got me. So I was watching
highlights here.
Highlights. So I was watching a clip from Oprah Winfrey with Kamala Harris.
Oh God.
And Kamala Harris said, "We're not taking your guns away." In fact, Kamala Harris said on Oprah Winfrey show that if somebody broke into her house, she would shoot them. Now, I don't think that's a generated AI, interview. It looked to me like it was legit.
Oh no, it was legit.
So let me just think about what she said there, Jeremy.
Yeah.
So basically, in New Jersey and California, you can't just shoot somebody if they come into your house. They break in. Yeah. So say you and your wife are having dinner in your house, and a guy blows the door open, just bangs it with his foot, comes into the living room. Has no weapon on him, but says, "I'm going to kick your ass if you don't give me, that's some of your porridge or whatever, your money, whatever." You can't just shoot him.
You can't.
In fact, stay in New Jersey. They want you to run out the back window if you can.
Right.
All right. Now,
my house has no back window.
No, well, you have no back window.
My house has a front door, and that's it.
Now, according to the state of New Jersey law that I understand, that's the only place you do not have to retreat. But I don't know if that's accurate or not. So my point is that
my wife and I has moved from fire trap to fire trap.
So I want to ask Kamala Harris then, is she going to support stand your own ground? That's what it sounds like. So in other words, basically, if somebody runs into my house, breaks in, with intent to hurt me or steal from me, that I could shoot him.
Yeah.
And that was interesting. I may vote for her if that's the case. If she makes national stand your own ground. Now, she wants to take.
But she's saying anything.
Yeah.
Just to. I mean,
that's my point. That's my point.
This is when you're running for office, you can say anything. You can promise anything. And that's the scary thing, because especially from someone like her, because she's so going to use that,
she's lying. In other words,
well, I mean, is
she lying?
It's like forcing herself into office through
lies. They're lying.
Lies.
So let me give you perspective on that. So let me give you some perspective, because we have people listening to us right now. Yeah. So I read a book, maybe 15 years ago. It was called "When Presidents Lie." So let's look at.
Really, that was the name of the title.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the question was not if the presidents lie, but whether or not it makes a difference in the long run. So I was talking to 2 old guys yesterday at the gym, and they're like, Trump, he lies, he's a liar. That's what they say. So I said, well, let me ask you this: did Barack Obama lie? Did Bush lie? Yes. Yes.
Did Clinton lie?
Did Clinton lie? I didn't. I had no sexual relationships. Did JFK lie? Did Johnson lie?
Sexual relations.
Right. Here's the thing. you could go back and look. They all lie. They all lied. They misrepresented themselves. I'll give you a good one. In 1960, I was listening to JFK talking about this. We had a program. The United States had a U-2 program where they flew these planes 70,000 feet above the ground. Anyway, the Russians shot it down. We denied that we had that program. The pilot was supposed to kill himself, but he didn't. So they produced the pilot, and all of a sudden now the United States is caught in a lie. Well, my point is that she's, lying. If the American public is dumb, that's dumb to vote for that or be fooled for that, then they deserve what they get. But Howard Stern actually called all Trump. Howard Stern, I was listening to him, which is like you said, he's not relevant.
He's not even relevant.
But he's the guy who ran on being nasty and everything. He's an interesting because he's sucked up to the left. That's the only way he's surviving.
He totally sold out.
Oh yeah.
Left,
well, this way he keeps his career going. So anyway, but what he used to be funny back in the day. I couldn't listen to him after a while. He became so sophomorical. So
I gotta say, I never really listened to him. I never did.
Back in the day when he's on AM. But anyway, let me make a point about him saying that. He doesn't. He says I don't hate Trump, but he basically says he I don't know, he hates or doesn't like the Trump supporters. So he doesn't like half the people in the United States, about half, maybe more. So good, Stern. That's great for your If I would tell you what I would say this: if anybody listens to him, they're stupid.
Yeah.
But
what are you listening to a radio guy for your advice, especially a shock jock?
Right. Well, he used to bust. I'm a podiatrist, He used to. They're not real doctors and all of that. Right. And so he'll he used to. I mean, what he used to do on TV. But anyway, my point getting back is that Harris, she's lying. But anyway, all presidents lie. One level to the other. Let's just talk about the general thing that's going on real quick, Jeremy.
Yeah, we got to get through,
Right. So I want to just make a point because you asked me a question about what's going on. So Harris is doing all these interviews and she's trying to, she's extreme to the left and she's trying to go to center left, I guess. Clinton did that. But the only thing about Clinton, though, but different about Clinton, he did actually go to the center left, but he had a booming economy, that Reagan left him. This is not the case now. We have a mess on our hands right now. I mean, you got a war in Ukraine that from all accounts, ain't ending. And I don't know how much really Ukraine is winning. It kind of reminds me of the Vietnam War where, we're winning. And then they had the Tet Offensive. And, now all of a sudden we're not winning.
Is it just like two sides staring at each other at this point?
No,
because I don't see the news about there.
No, because it's all closed down. But there is plenty out there. But anyway, let's just point. But I'm just telling you what she's inheriting. She's got two wars, and then you have the Israeli, Iran war, if you want to call it that, or Hezbollah, which is a functionary of Iran. You got immigration that's out of control here. I mean, every day it's another story about some violent crime. It's impacting the cities. We're going to talk about that. What the cost of illegal immigration to the cities is just crazy, and not even talking about the social, just the economics. Sure. And then you have division in this country that's really bad, and the economics. I mean, you can't afford a home. And she's going to try to address that, but that's to me it's putting lipstick on a pig. It ain't going to do shit. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. So let's get to some of our things because we are kind of tight on time today.
Sure thing.
And I want to bring up. One other thing I wanted to talk about too, and I don't mean to go all over the place, but we talked about Elon Musk. They're going after him. So I'm reading some of this literature that says supposedly Brazil is shutting his X down in Brazil and Starlink. A lot of people, you could look into it. I tell you, I would recommend you listen to Mike Benz. He just did an interview with Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan's podcast is amazing. He's a former Navy SEAL. Yeah. He's got some really great guests on there, and I love the format. He just interviewed Mike Benz, who was with Trump's administration. Listen to that interview. Amazing, and really gives you good insight what's going on. But they're going after Elon Musk big time. They want to censor him. They want to censor him in Europe. They want to censor.
Brazilians are nuts.
Right, right. Well, I was just listening to a guy on the internet. He's bitching about Elon Musk calling him a scumbag and all kinds of things. The guy.
When you got to resort to that, see, that's
Right,
the
right.
problem.
Right,
it's
right.
not nice politics on the other side. It's just so dirty.
Well, but my thing is, why would you be against somebody who's for freedom? And I want to make this point is that free speech, right, is free speech. In other words, there should be no limits on it. There isn't such a thing.
Right.
There is not such a thing as disinformation.
Right.
There's either truth or untruth.
Yeah, but Mike, even if that speech upsets you,
Right.
your
Right.
delicate sensibilities,
Tough shit.
tough shit.
Right. So that's what free speech is. So again, listen to what I'm telling you. You have truth or untruth. Now, on untruth, it could be gaslighting, propaganda, lies, falsehoods, whatever you want to call it. But that's what if you push disinformation, right? You're going to have tyranny. That's why the founding fathers. That's why the Bill of Rights, the number one, they put it numerically as far as importance: free speech, free assembly. And I was listening to JFK, and I'm going to do some research on this, but he made a good point. During President Lincoln's term as president, he suspended something called habeas corpus. Okay, which is where you get charged, you have to be brought in front of a judge. And it has to do with due process. And anyway, he suspended that because there was people coming up to the north trying to incite draft riots, and among other things. Okay, it had to do with that, and the Supreme Court took that up during the Civil War, and they said, no, you can't do that. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights is supreme. So, for have somebody like Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or Morning Mika, any of these people talk about disinformation, and that we have to.
Didn't you say last week that?
And even Hillary says we should put these people in jail. My point is that that's a step towards tyranny. I tell people out there. There are some exceptions to free speech. The old saying, you can't you scream fire in a movie theater. You can't, say you don't like the mayor. You can't go 3 o'clock in the morning and protest at his house and bang pots. You can go during the day, hours.
You can't go there. You also can't go there screaming about bombs and other things.
No, and that's and libel. But my point is
I get that kind of quieting down. But last week I was going to say. Last week you were saying that they were going to open up the draft.
Well, right now everybody the bill that was just passed several months ago, the what do you call it, the military bill. Right now, what I'm understanding is everybody is going to be registered. Anybody in this country, male and female, over 18, is going to be automatically registered for the draft.
Right.
Yes.
Now, my question to you is this: doesn't that just scare the piss out of you?
Not me.
Like it's almost like they're getting their reserves ready for the big question mark.
Yeah.
So if they're doing that and they're in the process, we got to open our friggin' eyes up and see what's happening.
Well, who has to open their eyes up? Gen Z. So here's my thing. I can tell you right now, the debate. We talked at the debate. Who won? Who? I tell you, I took what I took away from debate was only several things that to me are very, very important. The difference between Trump and Harris in that debate, the big difference, is that Trump is going to try to end the war peacefully and negotiate it between Russia and Ukraine.
Right.
Kamala Harris is going to continue to support Ukraine, and what I remember her saying, whatever it takes.
So that's adding further aggression to the situation.
And I'll add to that. My opinion, you know what it's going to take?
What's that?
American Air Force, American artillery, and American troops.
That were probably drafted.
Well, if you're going to have, you're not going to have enough people to volunteer, so you're going to have to draft them, right? And you saw it's never going to happen, Dr. Kachmar. Well, I lived during the Vietnam War. Mm-hmm. And I was 6 months,
the draft.
Yeah. And I got a draft card. I didn't have to go because it ended 6 months prior to me turning 18.
That was fucking
well. Plus, I was hopefully I was going to go to college too. You get. So getting to have said that lived through that. My point is that I could see this happening again. Tell me how it's different. Tell me, and I think this Generation Z, who Taylor Swift is supporting, and Kamala Harris, and all of these people who are supporting her platform. I don't know if it's in their best interest. You know what I'm saying, Jeremy? So that's the Russian thing. That's what I took from the debate. Anyway, I just want to. I think the Ian Musk thing we talked about. I think that I tell you, people should look at the interviews that they're having with Kennedy.
There's a lot of people striking out against Elon Musk. I was reading just yesterday. He's had a long-term battle. Just how nuts this is. With Stephen King, because Stephen King's politics freaking suck. They're so left and nutsy, like liberal nutsy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I used to love his books, and I hate that. It's like the old adage, you can't meet your heroes,
Yeah. Well, Stephen King, you got to understand, you have to, I always go back, you should read the book or look at the movie 1984. George Orwell. And I tell you, there's one, I always remember that, because here's the thing, Jeremy. This is what all these people, a lot of people like the idea of communism, socialism, but Stalin was too rough. So now what they're looking at, the model, I'm telling you what people want, the model that they want, Harris, Clinton, all of them, in my opinion, they like the model of the Chinese model. Yeah. No freedom of speech. Okay, no freedom of speech. Now, this is what I found.
Or at the very least, controlled speech.
Well, control, but no. That means no freedom.
Controlled
means no freedom. So no freedom of speech.
You're right.
No freedom of religion. In China, you can't teach a kid until they're 18. You could and it's controlled there too. So these are what the
and we've seen that here in this country.
Right, but this is during
COVID when they took away the churches.
Right.
Locking us down.
Right. But that's what my father fought from World War II. So no freedom of speech. This is the Chinese model. No freedom of speech. No freedom of religion. No freedom from fear, because you're going to take all the guns away. They'll try. Yeah. You have to fear the government, because then that's what you need.
That's their control.
And then the only thing that they're going to give you is freedom from want. You're going to get again. What was that one movie? Can I have another bowl of mush? What?
Oh yeah, Oliver.
What does Oliver say?
Please, sir, may I have some more?
Yeah, mush. Right. And so. And here's the thing.
Boy for sale.
I'll give you this. In the movie, right?
Yeah.
He holds up his hand, to the individual. He says, "How many fingers am I holding up? How many fingers am I holding up?"
Right, 4.
4. No, if the state says it's 5, it's 5.
Yeah.
You understand? Okay, after I torture you,
well, that comes right out of William Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew.
Right. How many fingers am I holding up?
Is that the sun or the moon? No,
yes.
It's the moon.
Right.
If it's the sun.
Right. So if the state says that you as a man could have a baby, you better believe that is the case.
Yeah.
You see where we're going. Now how you counteract that is with free speech.
Because you carry it in your man womb.
Right. Well, but you can't. It's called tyranny. We talk about democracy. What's at stake here is not democracy, it's liberty, our liberty. And I understand there's a lot of people who have, somebody who has a question. I have a leg question, don't even answer that. Anyway, so Jeremy, we're headed down a bad scenario here. They're going after Musk because he's a proponent of free speech. And it's funny. I saw a kind of they're going after satire. They're trying to say satire is not right.
Oh no, they've already what it was the woke stuff has already killed comedy. Certainly, situation comedies.
Yeah.
Like Seinfeld or whatever. You couldn't say half the stuff you were saying, and it's mild stuff to begin with.
Well, what cracks me up is that. And this has happened with Stalin. The people who supported Stalin in the beginning, just like the people who supported the Democratic Left Socialist Party for years, 20 years. And I don't know about Seinfeld, but I can tell you, there's a lot of people out there who supported these people. Now they're bitching because it's affecting them. Yeah. And they didn't have the hindsight, the foresight to see that this was going to happen, because it's happened before in history. You know, you sit there and all of these politicians, these athletes, not the entertainers, you know, they were pushing for this. Now they're all pissed off or upset. Elon Musk had a funny meme. He said, "I think I'll buy UK and make it, give him free speech."
Yeah, yeah. Dude, Elon Musk, his tweets are hysterical.
Right.
He does not give an F.
And here's the thing: if you look at Kennedy, Lincoln, they killed him. The South hated Lincoln, right? Yeah. Lincoln was able to see in his mind 100 years ahead. Also, another individual who's able to see ahead, it was Martin Luther King. There's many people who could see ahead. Elon Musk could see ahead 100 years. That's where he thinks. 100 years from now, people are going to be praising Elon Musk, not these other shitbirds. It's not. And you got to understand that. And people have to sit here and think about the long term. Go talk. You could go on the internet and look at, there's interviews of multiple Vietnam veterans. And they gave, let me tell you something, what they did was heroic.
Oh, I know.
And those people, but you know what? You ask any one of them, most of them, and they'll say, listen, we shouldn't have been there. Mm. Look at all of these soldiers now from Afghanistan. There used to be 22 a day committing suicide. Maybe it's like 14 now, 12. Do you understand, people, that war is terrible? My father and uncles fought in World War II. They were, and then Korea. They had to go back to my other uncle, then got sucked into Korean War. They hated the Vietnam War because they knew what war is and was. And
that
now,
wasn't it.
And you have people out there right now in our media, and both sides. Lindsey Graham, you got people. They want to go after Putin. It's democracy. Blah blah blah. I tell you what. I tell you, we never learn. Human beings have been killing each other for thousands of years, or centuries, to solve our problems. When are we going to stop that? When are we going to stop this? So anyway. So that's that. Let's get to our little bit of our other stuff, our politics. I want to make a couple points here, and this has to do with the impact of medicine and politics. And you go right here. So I was at the hospital. I don't want to say what hospital the other day, Jeremy. It looked like I don't want to say not because of the people in there, black, white, but there was gurneys all over the place, people standing. Wheelchairs. You couldn't. It looked like one of those scenes from a battlefield hospital. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. And I can tell you right now, the hospitals are being inundated in this area, and you have a lot of because you have a lot of illegal immigrants here. They are all of a sudden you put a whole bunch of people. Plus you have Corona firing up again. Anyway, it's pretty bad, and I just wanted to make a point here.
They were firing at Kamala about about California and the illegals that are there, they're trying to Yeah.
So let's forget about people eating cats and all that happy horse shit. But here's what I want. But here's the reality: Springfield, Ohio, a city of 59,000 people, had 15,000. Haitian immigrants since 2020. You can't sustain that. First of all, how'd they get there? Who put them there? Did they just come through the border and walk there? No, they were put on planes. They were sent there by our government. Did the town, and also the NGOs, which a lot of them are religious. So this is what we have to understand, Jeremy. A lot of the this was facilitated by NGOs. Making profit, but also they have good intention. Christian, we got to help these people. And I tell you, the vast majority of these people are good, solid people. But there's a big but here. You need to have immigration that's moderated. You can't have a tremendous amount of people come into an area. Right. You have to slowly do it.
You can't have a stampede.
No, and you also you got to have some kind of we want to bring in the best and the brightest. You need
There's
laborers.
also got to be a cap, right? Where the borders close down, because if it's I mean, at this point, with the amount of people we've already let in. Right. Do we really? I mean, do we really have the right to bring in more people? into our country. What's it
the
doing
EU,
when they're raping women?
Right. But you got to understand something. There's people who believe, a lot of people in the world believe that there should be no borders. AOC, on her platform, they believe in open borders.
Oh, she's stupid. She's
Doesn't matter, though, but she represents a lot. She might be
high
stupid.
School cheerleader.
It doesn't matter, though. There's you know what? Stalin had a lot of stupid people who murdered. There's stupid people who take a gun and blow your brains out. So I don't care if they're stupid or not. They're dangerous. Dangerous and stupid is, violent and stupid are dangerous. That's a scary scenario. Yeah. But let me make a point here about medicine. So here, about Springfield. So focus on Springfield, though, has turned to the fantastical Republican claims, Haitians eating, okay, whatever. The city's mayor is dismissing that. Okay, fine. But our safety services are overwhelmed. Our hospitals are overwhelmed. Our school systems are overwhelmed. See that? That's the key. So, we try, and I think that part of this is that, Trump mentioned that, but they spin this that. But let's go look at the real shit that's going on here. They're dealing with, these children don't speak English. These children, they have medical problems. I see people in the ER. They're coming here. They may be nice people. 32-year-old guy, third grade education, insulin-dependent diabetic. Now he's here. You got to treat, that it's going to cost millions to take care of that guy. Especially if he gets an infection in his foot, he's got kidney, eye stuff, and it might be, hey, great for me to make more money if the government pays me. But you understand, you can't. This is how crazy this is.
Trump said that if he gets in, he will. He's going to remove all of the people that cross the border. Now, here's my point. Here's my question to you. What do you think that would entail? Like, how is he going to find these people? That won't be hard. You just brought up
that won't be hard.
Schools, and that would be a great way to track them down.
Now, listen, it's easy. You get
track them down with their kids, and then you know where they are.
Listen, the police you can find them. The question is, will the country have the heart for this? So listen to this. You can see the most plainly in California.
What did you mean by that? No. Expand on that.
What?
The country won't have the heart for it?
When they start taking these people away, and dragging women and children and men and put them in a truck and taking them and send them back to the country, a lot of people are going to not be happy with that. The optics of that's going to be tough.
How did this country feel in '52 when they locked up all those innocent Japanese American people?
Right. I think what'll happen.
But they still let it happen.
Right. What it'll be, they'll get rid of the criminals. But let me make a point about here, and we'll move on because our time is going to be limited.
Yes.
California Democrats made it clear that they are prioritizing illegal immigrants over Californians. So about a bill. So he say, how? State legislation had been considering a bill provide unemployment benefits and phone subsidies for low-income residents, as opposed to low-income residents, to give them to the illegal aliens. Here's what's happening. The Biden administration and all the people there, Harris and everything, they're smart. They're not stupid. You say they let them all in. Now they're all in. Now you got them in your community. Listen, we got to help them. We got to give them food. We got to do this. Raise our property taxes to pay for all of this. On and on and on and on. And of course, that's the Christian thing to do. The bottom line is that Europe right now is just in such bad scenario because of the unfeathered immigration. So it's bad. And so again, from my perspective, it's just crushing the medical system. And you got long waits. It's harder to get tests done, and it's not good. It's not good for everybody. Okay, you could get out of this. Go back to me. Yeah. So I just want to make a point that the Springfield was kind of a thing where everybody bounced onto because of the eating animals or whatever. They've been doing that for years. Everybody's been doing that for years, all over the place. That the key here though is you had
because cat tastes good, dog tastes good.
Yeah, I saw so many funny things. I said they had a picture of a bunch of cats with the hats. It says "Make America Safe Again." But the cats had the hats on. You gotta, and the mimes are like great. You got,
They're quick with it though, man. As soon as there's something, there's like memes out there out the ass.
You gotta laugh at this stuff. But the thing is though, is that we need immigration. My grandfather came here from Europe. Okay, we all are mostly, relatives are immigrated here. But my father came here legally. My grandfather came here legally. He was healthy. He was sponsored by Standard Oil to work in the oil industry. And, this is what you need, Jeremy. You need to have that. You can't do that without and then what we have right now. And what is the reason for so many people so quick? Is it because they want to get these people to vote? So now the Congress was trying to push the SAFE
That was
Act.
the plan from the beginning.
And like why can't the state of New Jersey demand when you walk into the door that you show proof of residency, and of citizenship, okay, and an ID. And so we all should have.
Just like at the DMV,
we should all
that 5-point identification.
Yeah.
Show it. If you don't have it,
right.
Well,
right.
you should have that.
And then here's the thing: if you vote,
yeah.
Like I feel when you fill out a form, I have to say buy a gun. You have to fill out. Did you do this? Did you do this? And I can't buy a gun. I mean, I guess if you're alien, you can't. But you should put down. It should be that if you vote and you're not a citizen of the United States, you should be deported or go to jail for 20 years. Again, also what's happening is with the Biden administration, Biden-Harris administration, they've given a lot of these people a pass into the country, so they're really not illegal, but they weren't. They were here. So you have to be careful whether or not they are even considered that, and then whether or not the states will let them vote.
No, but considering what they did was against, they broke laws to get those people across. So they're still counted as illegals.
I want to ask you this.
They're not official.
I want to ask the American people this. I worked here all my life. I struggled. I paid taxes. A lot of people, I paid big taxes, and a lot of people who paid taxes, not only did that, they served in the military, they fought, they got injured, right? All of that. They really put a lot into this country.
They put their lives on this country.
Right.
Yeah.
And they deserve the benefits of being a citizen. Mm-hmm. Now you come here illegally,
and seeing what they fought for.
Right.
In real,
so now you come here. You come here illegally, and you're here a month, and now you're going to get all the benefits of being a citizen. I don't care if you're called a citizen or not. That's not right.
What's the time for you then?
Well, no, but you fit the criteria of a citizen. If you come in here and there's a difference between a citizen and a resident. There's a difference between a slave and a subject. Mm-hmm. Are we really citizens with the sovereignty that we're supposed to have, that the founding fathers want us to have?
Well, we know we're not.
Or are we residents? Or are we subjects?
It depends upon your freedoms. And what was taken away or what was given to you. I mean, and that's really the bottom line.
Yes. All right. So now let me go. We're going to go back to my iPad, and this is another thing that is, to me, one of the most important things that are going on in this country, and depends on who you vote for. I tell you what, and I agree with Trump. If you're Jewish, you should be voting for Trump. You're crazy if you don't, because she said in the debate. There's another thing. She said in debate, not only that she's going to do whatever it takes to have Ukraine win, whatever that means, but whatever it means, whatever it takes, I'm telling you, it's troops, it's United Air Force, it's United States artillery and troops, maybe 500,000. She also said she's going to push for the two-state solution, ceasefire and two-state solution for Israel. I've been reading that they're like no way, no how.
That's insane.
But that's what she's going to push. So in other words, if they don't go for a two-state situation or resolution, is she going to drop? So those are the two.
That's very obtuse.
So let's go back. So now go back to my iPad. I want to talk about. So this is the other thing about this war in Russia. So here, this was an article of Reuters, which is This article was, it says here 5 days ago, but it might. So this is Putin orders Russian army to become second largest after China's 1.5 million strong. The big military, you have North Korea, you have United States, you have Russia. So now Russia says here, Vladimir Putin ordered the regular size of the army to be increased by 180 troops to 1.5 million active servicemen, second largest in the world to China. And I'm just going to go down here. You know, people don't understand what's going on. You know how many? There's probably 400,000 men died in the Russian-Ukraine war already since the United States has been involved, since Putin, invaded. And again, I don't know what the reality is. Problem is, I can't believe or trust our government to give us the truth anymore. So anyway, I think that what we have right now is a situation where we should be really looking, because the other side is really beefing up. One other topic here. I want to put this here. This is in United States. This article here. Couple in their 80s beaten during home invasion robbery in Union Township, New Jersey. Now here's the thing. It was
How much fight are they going to put up?
Well, here's the thing. It was two guys. They were from Newark, you know, and again,
80 years old.
and again, I don't want to say racist, you know. I mean, they were, black. I don't know what national. I don't know if they were immigrants.
You're beating 80-year-old people.
Right,
you
but
got some rage in you.
Here's the thing. This would never happen years ago. First of all, these people, I wish they had guns, because they should have shot them.
They should have shot them.
Right, and there was a burglary in Rumson. People were in the house. Lady called. The guys left. The cop shot the shit out of him. Kicked the one kid in the face. You know, he's not dead. So this, on levels here, these friggin' scumbags going to go after 80-year-olds. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
You know, why don't they go pick somebody who could kick the shit out of them? And they were smacking these people. They beat them up. They beat them up.
Yeah.
I mean, the husband's got facial fracture. You know what happened? I heard she says, "Get out of here," and she started hitting him with a newspaper. You got to give her, now New Jersey. Right? If she took a gun out.
If it was a Sunday paper, you're
now,
doing damage.
if these kids had no guns on them, but they were in there, smacking them around, throw them on the floor, and she pulled out a gun and shot them, there's a good chance in New Jersey she would be charged and arrested.
At one point in our country,
go back to me.
It was part of the right to bear arms that you had home protection rights.
Well, it's stand your own ground. You used to be able to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Now we've been emaciated. I mean,
now that's taken away, and the next thing is the guns. But they've already taken the use of the guns away from us.
Right.
Haven't they?
Right. So what's happening here in the United States, especially in New Jersey, it's a crazy thing. They want to
bear arms, but you can't use them.
You know what would have been great if the husband came out with an AR-15, right, and pointed it right at the kid's face. He'd still have no facial fractures. He may die from that. Who knows? But it would have been a whole different story. Yeah. So that's number one. Number two is, where is their mentality? Where is these young people that they're beating on old people? It used to be a tremendous amount of respect for your elders. Right. I see this all the time. Every time you turn around, these old people getting beat up by these young kids. It's just terrible. Anyway, Jeremy, what's anything else you wanted to say before we sign out here?
No,
I hate to get myself all worked up, but anyway, listen. My name is Dr. Michael Kachmar. We did a brief show today. We wanted to throw something out.
Yeah.
I think that the big thing is, look at your local hospitals now, people. And if you're a Democrat and you want to vote for Harris, you're going to have more of this. She's going to keep the border open. Yeah. I think they're going to deport some of the bad ones, but our system is getting overwhelmed. It was a dumb move, and there's a lot of crime being out there. But forget about it's impacting our schools, our hospitals, our social service. And it ain't going to get any better. It has to be reversed. Anyway, Jeremy, can you tell everybody where they get a hold of us?
Yeah, for more information about Dr. Michael Kachmar and all these wonderful things we talk about, please go to JerseyShoreFootandLegCenter.com. And if you want to get in touch with Dr. Kachmar by email, you can go to drkachmar@icloud.com.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good weekend,
Have a good
guys.
weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.